Welcome back to WWE Insider, where we slice through the kayfabe to uncover the raw, beating heart of the WWE Universe. Tonight, we're diving into a seismic shockwave that's rocked Raw. Seth Rollins, the Visionary, was forced into a World Heavyweight title match against Damian Priest, a decision that stunned fans and exposed deep wounds. But there's a darker twist, an attack that's left blood on the mat and echoes of the Bloodline's fractured legacy. This is a story of betrayal, pain, and redemption that'll grip you to your core. The Bloodline, the Anoa'i family's dynasty, is wrestling's cornerstone. From Afa and Sika to Yokozuna, the Usos, and Roman Reigns, their legacy is a tapestry of power and pride. Roman, the tribal chief, forged the Bloodline into an empire, with Jay, Jimmy, and Solo Sikoa as his pillars. But beneath the dominance, there's been tension, silent resentment, unspoken pain, a family bound by blood but tested by ambition. Roman's reign as the head of the table was built on control. His demand for acknowledgement unified the Bloodline, but it bred pressure. Jey Uso's rebellion in 2020 was the first crack, his fight for identity a wound that lingered. Jimmy, loyal but sidelined, buried his dreams to serve. Solo, the enforcer, hid his hunger behind silence, his loyalty a mask for ambition. Please like, share and subscribe for more WWE content. Jey Uso, the heart of the Bloodline, carried the family's soul. His clash with Roman, their brutal Hell in a Cell war, was a battle for respect, but it left scars. Jey's loyalty was hard-won, but it meant sacrificing his own spotlight. Backstage, he'd confide in allies, his voice heavy with the weight of being an Anoa'i, of living for the family's legacy. Jimmy Uso, Jey's twin, was the peacemaker, but his role was heavy. His loyalty to Roman often put him at odds with Jey, his own aspirations dimmed to keep the peace. Whispers of resentment surfaced. Jimmy's smiles hid frustration, a man caught between his brother and his chief, the Anoa'i legacy both a pride and a burden. Solo Sikoa, the youngest, was an enigma. Molded by Roman's vision, he was the perfect soldier, but his silence was loaded. Sources say Solo chafed under Roman's control, his potential stifled. The Bloodline's dominance was his birthright, but so was his need to break free, a need that mirrors the chaos surrounding Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins, once the architect of the Shield, is no stranger to betrayal. His 2014 turn on Roman and Dean Ambrose shattered their brotherhood, a wound that still festers. Seth's journey since, titles, injuries, redemption, has been a fight to prove himself. But the forced title match on Raw wasn't a reward, it was a trap, a move that exposed his vulnerability. The World Heavyweight title, held by Damian Priest, is a prize steeped in tension. Priest, the cunning leader of the Judgment Day, has history with Seth, a mix of respect and rivalry. The forced match, announced by WWE management, wasn't just a booking, it was a power play, a way to test Seth's resilience or break him entirely. Backstage, the dynamics were electric. The Judgment Day, Rhea Ripley, Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio, stood united behind Priest, their loyalty a fortress. But Finn, Seth's former ally, carries a grudge, his silence a brewing storm. Rhea, the group's heart, watches Seth with wary eyes, sensing his defiance could shake their empire. The emotional weight of Seth's career is crushing. He's faced betrayal, his Shield turn, the loss of Ambrose to AEW. His 2022 knee injury, a health crisis that sidelined him, was a reminder of his fragility. The forced match, though, felt like a deeper betrayal, not just by management, but by an industry he's bled for, a wound that echoes the Bloodline's fractures. Fans on X sensed the storm brewing. Seth's cryptic promos about being pushed and fighting the system lit up timelines, trending #SethForced. The WWE universe speculated about backstage politics, about who was pulling strings. But no one expected the chaos that would unfold, a moment that would change everything. The locker room was a powder keg. Veterans like Becky Lynch, Seth's wife, stood by him, their bond a beacon. Younger stars, like Dominic Mysterio, saw opportunity, their ambition clashing with Seth's veteran status. The divide mirrored the Bloodlines, loyalty versus hunger, legacy versus the future. Then, halfway through this story, the bombshell hits. The forced match was no accident, it was sparked by an attack. Hours before Raw, Seth was ambushed backstage, his already vulnerable knee targeted by masked assailants. Footage aired, showing Seth crumpled, clutching his leg, his title shot now a cruel twist. Whispers pointed to the Judgment Day, a scandal that's rocked the WWE. The attack was savage, reigniting Seth's health crisis. His knee, scarred from past surgeries, was a weak point, and the assault left him limping, his spirit battered. Medics swarmed, but Seth, defiant, refused a stretcher, his eyes burning with rage. The locker room froze, Becky's face etched with fear, Finn's smirk barely hidden. The emotional aftermath was a storm. Seth, forced into the ring despite the attack, fought with a fire fans hadn't seen in years. But the pain was evident, each move a gamble on his damaged knee. Backstage, he was a ghost, his usual laughter gone, replaced by a man questioning who he could trust, a mirror of Roman's struggles with the Bloodline. Backstage whispers grew dark. Some say Finn Balor orchestrated the attack, his grudge against Seth fueling the Judgment Day's move. Others believe Priest, secure in his title, wanted to weaken Seth to ensure victory. The locker room, a brotherhood, is now a battlefield, with stars like Drew McIntyre eyeing the title in the chaos. The scandal exploded on X. #SethAttack trended alongside clips of the ambush, fans torn between awe at Seth's resilience and anger at the betrayal. Dirt sheets speculated, was the Judgment Day acting alone, or was management complicit? The WWE Universe became a jury, demanding justice for their visionary. Seth's pain was raw. Those close to him say he's haunted, not just by the attack but by the betrayal of an industry he's given everything to. The grief of lost friendships, Ambrose's departure, Roman's distance, merged with this new wound, fueling his resolve. Like Jey Uso's rebellion, Seth's fight is for more than a title, it's for his soul. Becky Lynch, Seth's rock, is a pillar in this storm. Her own battles mirror his, their marriage a bond forged in the ring's fire. Sources say she's been by his side, pushing him to fight, but her fear, for his health, his heart, is palpable. Their love, like the Bloodline's loyalty, is a light in the darkness, but even light casts shadows. The Bloodline's history echoes this drama. Jay's rebellion, Jimmy's loyalty, Solo's ambition, all reflect Seth's fight against betrayal. Roman's demand for control parallels WWE's power play, forcing Seth into a match that tests his spirit. The Anoa'i family's losses, Umaga, Rosie, mirror Seth's grief, a reminder that wrestling's toll is universal. WWE management is in chaos. The forced match was meant to boost ratings, but the attack has thrown creative plans into disarray. Writers debate whether to lean into Seth's underdog story or pivot to the Judgment Day's dominance. An investigation into the attack, who were the assailants, who knew, is underway, but answers are scarce. The fans, you, the WWE Universe, are the heartbeat of this saga. Your chants, your signs, your passion on X, #SethFightsBack, #JudgmentDayBetrayal, have kept this alive. You've shared your own stories of betrayal, of fighting through pain, reminding us that wrestling's drama is our drama. You're not just watching, you're living this with us. The Judgment Day's role is complex. Priest, secure in his title, denies involvement, but his smirk tells a different story. Finn, ever the schemer, is a wildcard, his past with Seth a powder keg. Rhea, torn between loyalty and ambition, watches the chaos unfold, her own heart in the balance, much like the Bloodline's fractured bonds. Seth's legacy is at stake. The visionary, who's carried WWE through injuries and betrayals, is fighting for more than gold, he's fighting for respect. The attack, the forced match, the pain, it's all a test of his spirit, a mirror of the Bloodline's struggle to hold their empire together. This saga is wrestling's soul laid bare. Seth Rollins, forced into a world title match, is more than a competitor, he's a man, flawed and fierce, navigating betrayal and pain. The attack, the scandal, the fight, it's all human, all real, a reminder that wrestling's greatest stories are born from the heart. Wrestling faithful, let's hold on to the truth this story reveals. Loyalty is a fire, but it can burn. Betrayal cuts deep, but resilience rises deeper. And legacy, though heavy, is worth fighting for. Seth Rollins' forced title match is a testament to the love, loss, and fire that define this industry. Keep the faith, Keep the fight, and keep the vision alive, because in the end, it's the blood that binds us through the chaos.